Baby, I didn't see it coming. I swear to you, I wasn't ready for that moment. 1 second, we were all just sitting there. My mom, my uncle, even my younger cousins. And then someone pressed play. Heard your voice before I even looked at the screen. And when I turned around and saw your face, that video of you, the one I used to replay at 2 a.m. when the ache got too loud, was right there in front of my entire family. I felt my soul leave my body. For a second, I forgot how to breathe. And then came the silence. That silence that feels heavier than a scream. They turned to me with those eyes, not angry, not cruel, just filled with something worse. Questions. And then my mom, her voice shaking, whispered, "Who is this? Explain this." And in that moment, I realized something I've been running from for far too long. You're not a secret anymore. You never were. You're my truth. You don't know what it felt like to finally say it out loud, to let your name roll off my tongue without shame, without fear. I told them it was you. I told them, you are the one I dream about, the one whose laugh I still hear when the room is too quiet, the one whose absence feels like a wound that never fully scabs over. And as I spoke, I could see the way their faces shifted, not from confusion, but from realization. They could feel it, the weight in my voice, the way I said your name like a prayer I'd been keeping hidden in the folds of my heart. Baby, I didn't even cry. I didn't have to. My eyes did it for me. And then I saw it in my mom's eyes too. Not judgment, not rejection, just a silent knowing. Like maybe, just maybe, she understood. And I need you to know something. I never meant to hide you. I wasn't ashamed of you. I was terrified of how real this thing is. Terrified of what people would say. What if they didn't understand? What if they said I was a fool for still holding on? But I've realized now, the real mistake was hiding the most beautiful part of me. And that's you. You are not just someone I once knew. You are not just a phase. You are the only person I've ever looked at and thought, God, how did I get this lucky? And if they don't get it, if they never understand, that's okay. Because you and we weren't made for public approval. You were made for divine timing. And I know this might sound crazy, but when they saw that video, they didn't see just you. They saw me. The me that only exists when I'm with you. The softer me. The better me. The one who lets his guard down. Who smiles without thinking. Who believes again. My cousin looked at me and said, "You were glowing." And I realized then, even they could see what I couldn't hide anymore. You bring out a light in me that nothing else does. You've always done that. Even in my worst moments, you reached into the storm of who I am and pulled out the pieces that were worth saving. So yes, baby, they saw it. They saw you. They saw us. And I'm done pretending, done hiding, done shrinking this love down to fit into boxes other people built. I don't care if they're shocked. I don't care if they judge, because you're not a mistake. You're my choice. Over and over again, in front of anyone, no matter who's watching, no matter what it costs. I choose you. And I know this might hit differently for you. Maybe you're wondering if this really changes anything. Maybe you're scared that this is just another emotional wave that'll fade away tomorrow. But baby, I didn't just defend you. I declared you. I stood there and spoke your name with all the love I've never stopped feeling. And if I could go back and do it all again, I wouldn't change a word. In fact, I wish I had told them sooner. Because every day I've spent hiding you has been a betrayal to my own heart. If you've ever doubted where you stand in my life, please hear me now. You are not on the sidelines. You are the reason my heart still beats with hope. You are the reason I still believe in something as fragile and holy as forever. And if today is the day the world begins to know what I've always known, then so be it. I'm ready. Baby, have you ever had someone fight for you in a room full of silence? Have you ever felt someone's soul call out for you, even when their lips were trembling? That's what I did today. That's what happened when your video played. And I'm still shaking. But I'm not scared. I'm free. Paramount below if this message felt like it was meant for your soul. Let me know. Have you ever had someone try to hide you, and now you're waiting to be chosen in public too? And after everything was said, the silence in that room stretched again. But this time, it wasn't heavy. It was sacred. Like everyone felt that something bigger had just happened. Like they'd all witnessed a confession too honest to interrupt. And I didn't even care what anyone thought anymore. I didn't scan their faces for approval. I wasn't waiting for permission, because for the first time in years, I wasn't seeking validation. I was speaking from a place inside me that had finally cracked open. A place that had only ever responded to you. And when I went back to my room, I just sat there with my hands trembling, staring at the screen again, staring at you. That video. The way you smiled without knowing someone like me would one day press pause and breathe in the sound of your laughter like it was oxygen. That's the thing. They didn't just see a video. They saw the person I never stopped watching, even in my silence. And suddenly, every reason I had to keep you hidden felt like a lie. Every excuse collapsed under the weight of your truth. Do you know how long I've carried the guilt of hiding you from people who were supposed to know every part of me? I told myself I was protecting us, that if I didn't bring you into the light, we couldn't be broken by it. But now I see I wasn't protecting anything. I was avoiding the reality that you make me vulnerable, that loving you makes me feel like I'm standing naked in front of a storm. But I'd rather be drenched in truth than dry in denial. And when I saw their eyes fill with surprise, with hesitation, I didn't retreat. I stayed. I owned it, because I'd rather lose the world than lose you again, because I was too afraid to claim you. You know what hurts the most? It's knowing I could have done this sooner. I could have walked into that living room months ago and said your name like a song I wasn't ashamed of. I could have saved you from wondering why I loved you in silence, but not in front of others. And for that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for every moment you felt like a beautiful secret locked away in a diary no one was allowed to read. But baby, I'm not writing in the shadows anymore. I'm telling our story in ink that doesn't fade. I'm speaking your name like it's the headline, not the footnote. And after they saw the video, no one looked at me the same. Not because they were disgusted, not because they were angry, but because they realized something